Testing, testing, testing. We having a couple of problems here. Okay, is Trump possibly still allowing people from China to own this particular app? That's what a lot of people are not understanding, that he has yet to rule this out, because it seems as though Elon Musk, Mr. Wonderful, other people are not looking out really to buy TikTok. And while Trump plans to issue an executive order extending the ban's effective date to facilitate an appropriate deal, key Republican lawmakers, including House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senators Tom Cotton and Pete Ricketts, assert that only a legitimate sale of TikTok, severing ties with its Chinese ownership, can justify pausing the ban. They emphasize the necessity of a true divestiture to mitigate foreign influence and potential propaganda uses on the platform. Now, one of the things that I wanted to see if my TikTok is still working. I have a TikTok channel. I used to post on this all the time. Let's see if this works. Let's see if TikTok is live. Look like it's going to pop on. Yeah. TikTok is back on here, guys. I don't know if you want to. I used to post a lot of material on my TikTok. I kind of got away from it when I started hearing things a long time ago. A lot of my shorts I used to post to TikTok. If you see, I don't have a very large following. Okay. I only have 187 followers on TikTok. It was growing to a certain extent, then I stopped. I don't know the last time I posted a TikTok, but I'm glad that TikTok is back online. And as I stated, that he is not ruling out that they may still be Chinese ownership. Shelly G states that he said the U.S. would own 50% without spending any money. Yeah, they're going to have to relinquish that amount. But the people who own TikTok, the people who created TikTok, ByteDance, they're still going to be filthy rich, even if they give an American company 50% of TikTok. But yeah, either you're going to sell it or you're going to let the Chinese entity that we trust to have ownership of it. But I don't think we should be splitting it 50%. I don't know about that. I guess that's bad business, in my opinion. But the debate over TikTok's ownership, and this is one of the things that keeps going over and over again, as the incoming National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz, suggests that the new administration may consider allowing TikTok to remain under Chinese ownership if stringent measures are implemented to protect American users' data by storing it within the U.S. Now, here's another thing that when I just went on TikTok, it was totally unplugged from the U.S. Like, this was early this morning, and then later on that day, it came out that TikTok was back online, and it started to work. I just wanted the technology that goes into that. What if I use a VPN? Can I still get on TikTok? What if I use a geolocator and I change my proxy settings of my location? Can I get on TikTok? These are just some of the things that I think about that could possibly, we could have worked around. But again, for most people, this would have been a haggle, and I think TikTok would have utterly failed. And here's a big FU. This is a big FU. Okay, this is a big FU to a lot of the Democrats, because Donald Trump is already making moves. He's already making big changes. He's already influencing change around the world. He's not even the president, and he had TikTok back online less than 24 hours. That's saying a lot about your incoming president. So a lot of those liberal people, a lot of those Democrats who was fighting against Donald Trump in the MAGA crowd, and again, I'm no friend of either side. I just want to keep it real, but they have to at least give kudos to Donald Trump making this happen. And someone's going to come out and say, oh, it wasn't Donald Trump. Donald Trump, your 47th president here tomorrow, is the one who said that he would delay the ban of TikTok for 90 days. So the Supreme Court shut it down in less than 24 hours. By the power and influence of Donald Trump, TikTok is back online and millions of Americans are happy. There was a lot of sad TikTokers coming out. They were coming out making really sad films about how their standard of living will go down. Some of them becoming homeless. Some of them, I was looking at all those videos prior to TikTok getting unplugged. But this is a good thing. I mean, this should give some people some faith, some motivation that Donald Trump is going to do at least half the things he stated that he was going to do. And that's what I really look for. Are you going to do at least half of what you said? And then I would think that you're a good president. Just do half of what you said that benefits us all together. That's where my mind is. And a lot of good things are happening because Donald Trump is in office, or will be in office, rather. There's a lot of things happening. I know everybody is liking this, right? No longer the loss of life, because let's shift to the Middle East. We all know that a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas has taken effect, bringing a temporary halt to a very devastating 15-month-long conflict. And we're talking about thousands of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip are returning to their homes, or the remains of their homes, only to find widespread destruction. There was a lot of displaced families. There was a lot of rubble-filled streets with remains of their neighborhoods. Now, we have to understand that this war broke out back in October of 23, which resulted in significant loss of life and left much of Gaza in ruins. And there's a lot of rebuilding efforts that are anticipated to be extensive and prolonged, because they literally have to rebuild a country. And the United Nations indicating that under certain circumstances, reconstruction may take centuries. What? In certain circumstances, it's going to take centuries? Okay, hold on. A century, 1 century is 100 years. You're telling us it's going to take more than 100 years to rebuild Gaza, to rebuild parts of Palestine? But yet a lot of people state that the ceasefire offers a glimmer of hope for Gazians yearning for peace and stability. Hopefully. More than 100 years to rebuild large parts of Palestine that was destroyed during the war? Wow. I mean, isn't it just brick, mud, and rocks and wood and maybe drywall? I don't know. Stucco? That long? There must be a lot of destruction over there. A lot of destruction. So Resurrected Ramaswamy is under consideration for an Ohio Senate seat after a recent meeting with Governor Mike DeWine. This follows Ramaswamy's involvement in public-elect Donald Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, co-led with Elon Musk. Now, this initiative, what it, I guess, plans to reduce the federal spending by up to $2 trillion. We know the top mission for the Department of Government Efficiencies. And this is by streamlining government operations. And Vivek, potential Senate appointment, could influence the GOP dynamics in Ohio and around the country, especially considering his recent controversial comments about American culture, which sparks criticism from MAGA supporters. And what I don't understand is it's okay for people to have these very controversial comments about America, and he is an American. Now, he's not like third or fourth generation. I think he's like a first or second generation American. But people in certain demographics don't like people who don't look like them. They're speaking against America. Well, let's go to the Constitution. He's an American citizen and he is exercising his freedom of speech. And they don't like it because he's talking about American culture. And they're like, well, yeah, you American, but you just got here. Well, it doesn't matter if it's the truth. You see what I'm saying? If it's the truth, it's the truth. But again, I don't blame Americans. I blame our government. Because now they were talking about eradicating the Department of Education. I necessarily don't agree with that. I got some on my shirt. Wow. Excuse the nasty shirt. I don't know what that is. But I guess what I'm looking for here is, what is the government going to do to empower Americans, inspire Americans? Give us give us the tools, licenses, degrees, all those things that we need that you've given to immigrants and people that you supposedly recruited, the top 1%, we know is like top 20%, to come over here and get these high-paying jobs. Now, and again, we know a lot of people who are not citizens of America. We know a lot of people who are essentially foreigners. And believe me, it doesn't matter what race you are. If your family have been here for generations and you're trying to get one of these high-paying jobs, but you keep saying people who are not American citizens, or as some people will say, they just got here, that kind of bores your skin. That kind of gets you up in a roar. You kind of get upset. I think we do. I think we kind of get upset about that. And I don't think we should get upset at the people. We should get upset at our government. I think we keep looking at people the wrong way. I try to flip the shirt, but look, that's still nasty. I don't know what that is. Lord, got to be more careful. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. But yeah, I don't mind what he said. I think that we should respect what he said. And this is why I'm pushing for a lot of you guys to, if you have children, push them in the tech field. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to being a doctor, one of these tech gurus, coding, software, robotics, AI. Yeah, get them in all of that. Because if not, there's going to be people from other countries with these jobs living the best American dream they can live. They're like, wow, they were living like this over here with all this land and big houses. Go to some of these countries. That's why I love traveling. When you go to a lot of these countries, they're not living at the standard of living that you and I are living at. You would rather live in a trailer park than live in some of these countries. And we're talking middle class and down. Yeah, the high class, the rich people, the people with status, yeah, they're living good. Yeah, of course. But middle class, you're like, this is middle class? I would rather live in the ghettos of Detroit. I would rather live in the ghettos of DC. I would rather live in the ghettos of Chicago to live in some of these places where your roof is a piece of sheet metal. No, I'll take that old school radiator any day. That's right. I'll take a fan in my window. I'll take hanging clothes on a clothesline. Because I tell you, when I went to Brazil, when I went to South Africa, when I went to Kenya, when I went to Ghana, when I went to Costa Rica, let me tell you, they only show you the beaches and the beauty and the luxury. Yeah, that's not how majority of the countries are living. So again, some of the things that Vivek said, I agree. I do. And I know a lot of people in the so-called MAGA crowd are upset. That's cool. Now, Canada is formulating strategies to counter President-elect Donald Trump's threat to impose a 25% tariff on all Canadian imports. So the former finance minister, Chrystia Freeland, now a candidate for prime minister, because we all know that Justin Trudeau stepped down. She's proposing regulatory tariffs targeting political sensitive areas in the U.S. Are you trying to attack the U.S. with tariffs? Are you serious right now? You know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Sometimes the way that us Americans speak, sometimes the way that our government speaks, sometimes the way that we're so braggadocious being America because we're like the most powerful country. And any country can fall. But again, we're the big dogs on the block. And you can talk tough. We don't have to talk tough. Now, you are northern of our border, and we're more powerful than you, more richer than you. You think that you should be talking like that? You think that we can't do business with other countries? I'm just asking the question. I mean, I have nothing against Canadians, but again, we have to understand a lot of these governments operate as single entities, and they're not really talking on the behalf of their people, even our government sometimes. So that's why I'm talking like that. But they're saying that these tariffs, listen to this. This is crazy. This is what I call discrimination. This is what I call white on white violence. This is what I call white on white violence. They state here that the tariffs targeting political sensitive areas in the U.S., particularly red states and Trump allies. Isn't that a liberal thing to say? Isn't that a very liberal thing to say? That their tariff attacks are going to be mostly for red states and Trump allies. So wait a minute. We're going to do tariffs that's going to affect your whole country. Can you at least return the favor? Why are you only targeting red states? That tells me that you're a very liberal country, as Canada is. And they're only going after the red states? You know, there were people in blue states that voted for Donald Trump too. You know that, right? Just because a state turns a certain color doesn't mean that a great majority, not a majority, but a great number of them didn't vote Republican. What? Yeah, they don't know about our politics. We know about Canadian politics, though. And people are like, well, what do we know about Canadian politics? Free everything. Yeah. But your tax is going to be high as hell. Don't worry about that. But free everything. Yeah, that's free. Yeah. Medical? Yeah, that's free. Dental? Yeah, that's free. Universal. How much is my taxes? How much you make? $4,000 a month? We're going to take $2,000. What? $2,000? Yeah, 50%. Some people believe we got it bad in America because we pay all these taxes. Yeah, we cry, we moan, we whine. But let's be realistic. Why do you think people keep coming to America? Because, yeah, you can pay all those taxes at 32% because you make over $150,000, $200,000, and you're paying a third, but you're still driving around in a Mercedes, Benz, BMW, Range Rover, Corvette, I don't know, Lamborghini, whatever. And you live in a big, nice house, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 square feet. And you got a swimming pool, you got 2 or 3 cars, and you live in the American dream. But we'll still complain about gas and we'll still complain about taxes. Now, granted, not a great majority of Americans live like that, but this is the reason why we have to start pushing Americans to the forefront and have us all taking some of these tech jobs because they're paying well. I wish I would have took up computer programming, and I've been on a computer since I was 14. I know a lot about computers, but when you start getting to, software coding, and I know some things about AI, I know how to do certain things, but I'm talking about, the actual construction of it. Yeah, I'm a little too old for that now. I'm a little too old for that now. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, let me see if I can get this up here, see if I can pop this up. Because they were talking about, give me one second. But they were talking about Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, of course, their Department of Government Efficiency. But they have revealed plans to reduce the U.S. government expenditure, again, by $2 trillion. And they're saying that they're going to streamline over 400, listen to this, they're going to streamline over 400 federal agencies down to 99. Let me see if I can get this story up here for you guys for a quick graphic. But they're going to streamline 400 federal agencies, okay, down to 99. That's crazy. That's crazy. Are you guys listening to this? Now, you may not see it here, but I'm telling you, they're going to streamline over 400 federal agencies down to 99. So we're talking about 301 federal agencies are going away. And they're doing this by applying a management techniques that's used in most companies, such as the idiot index. Yeah, this is a real thing, such as the idiot index. They seek to identify and eliminate inefficiencies, ensuring that funds reach citizens directly by minimizing bureaucratic costs. They say there's a very ambitious plan and it's somewhat controversial. Could set a precedent for government operation worldwide if successful. Cut down 400 federal agencies down to 99. And of course, you know where I'm going to go with this at. Everybody knows I care about the people. Where are the people going to find? I mean, we're talking about thousands of jobs. Where are they going to go? And some people say they're going to have to go get a job. Are there going to be other jobs in the economy that they'll be able to do with their skill set? Because we're talking about people in their, 40s, 50s, 60s. And a lot of you like, well, they're going to have to go back to school. That's a lot of people. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be done or we should go forego it. But again, I told you, cutting the deficit by $2 trillion, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people out of jobs. I wonder how that's going to play a toll on the economy as well. I wonder how that is going to play on the economy as well. That's a lot of people and a lot of their jobs going away. That's a lot of people and a lot of jobs. But it also says that President-elect Donald Trump appears to take office, significantly influence U.S. policies on cryptocurrencies. Key appointments include individuals supportive of crypto integration into mainstream finance, such as the Treasury Secretary Pick Scott Bessent and Commerce Secretary Pick Howard Lutnick. Elon Musk's oversight of the Department of Government Efficiency also highlights a focus on crypto. They said Vivek is developing a Bitcoin-focused ETF through his asset management firm. This pro-crypto stance suggests a potential pivot towards greater acceptance and regulation of cryptocurrency in the U.S. Whoa. Wait a minute. You're going to be on the Department of Government Efficiency, and Elon is going to highlight a focus on crypto, and you and Elon are co-heads of the Department of Government Efficiency, and Elon's going to have a focus on crypto, and then you're going to make a Bitcoin-focused ETF on crypto. Is it me or rich people about to get really, really rich off of crypto? Anyone following me here? Is it me or they're doing some of the same things or talking about some of the same things that the Democrats did? Good evening, DSB, Jermaine Anderson, Shelley G. I see you guys. He said, these so-called American leaders really don't know how to run a country. I agree. But I'm just worried about the money thing. Hold on, let me check out one of my portfolios. Give me a second. Where's Bitcoin at? Where's Bitcoin at? Maybe later. Okay, let me see where Bitcoin is at. Bitcoin was at 101. Yeah, you guys want to look? So again, if you guys are not investing in any cryptocurrencies, I would tell you at least invest in the popular ones. Okay, this is my portfolio of Bitcoin. Let me see my return. So if you look down here, here's my return on Bitcoin at 133%, almost 134%. And my total equity is $21,000 in Bitcoin. And for a lot of people that thought Bitcoin was going to go away, let me show you the performance of Bitcoin in the past 5 years. You ready? Boom. Bitcoin is up 1,066%. And if you look at the timeline, yep, in some points this was very volatile, but lately, okay, we know that it spiked last year, but it is steadily going up. What happened in between October and November? Anybody know what happened? Oh, that's right. President-elect Donald Trump won against Kamala Harris, and people still didn't invest. I also have some XRP. What else do I have? I got a little bit of XRP. I'm only up 21%. That's Ripple. They are expecting that Ripple will go to $10. So I want you guys to look at it this way. For every $3 you spend, you have the potential, not that you will, to making $7 on the return. But again, we're talking long-term investments. Let's look at Ripple for the 5 years. Wow. Again, what happened October 25th and November? So before then, Ripple was at 51 cents, 52 cents. But it was still up 119. President-elect Donald Trump won against Kamala Harris. A lot of people got rich. Whoever had, let's say, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 of Ripple, man, they made $2.50. Wow. You guys better jump on some of this cryptocurrency. I wonder, when it comes to Robinhood, I know a lot of people invest on Robinhood. I also have an account with Uphold that does cryptocurrencies. I have XLM, which is Stellar Lumens. I thought this was going to turn out to be really good. But let's see, at the height of this particular stock was at 71 cents. Yeah, I don't think I haven't invested with this particular one on Robinhood. Let's see. Ethereum Classic, I think I'm still down with this one. Let me see I'm down 77%. So again, I definitely think that we should be excited that Donald Trump, when it comes to your stock portfolios, your 401ks, a lot of people in business got their LLCs, their S Corp, C Corps. There's going to be a lot of, tax benefits and tax deductions. And I tell people, you should have a business, and that doesn't necessarily mean you are running the business, right? You can hire people to run a business for you, or you can just run a business yourself. But again, you can use your business as a tax harvesting where you're not paying a lot of taxes because you're fueling your business. Again, it just depends. Shelly G said Donald Trump happened. He talked about it once on a podcast, but I just don't understand. How do I even get started? That's too easy. In this day and age, Shelly, of investing, there's all sorts of YouTube channels to teach you. There's all sorts of platforms that are very easy to navigate. And a lot of my old videos, right? And I'll do that. You know what? I'll show you something very quickly. But again, these videos I think they're pretty much old. But a lot like some people's channel, like even my old channel, Financial Literacy 101. And guys, this is just for Shelly or people who are interested in investing. Okay, people who are interested in investing. And I'm just trying to show her very quickly. My internet has been very, very slow. But yeah, so on people's YouTube channel, they have what they call a playlist. Okay, and on my playlist, I do not have the word financial up here. So I do not know. But I have all sorts of financial videos, but there's a lot of influences. There's a lot of, Nerd Wallet. There's a lot of sites that you guys can go and invest. But again, I didn't want to hold you guys too long this evening. You guys have a great and wonderful night. Happy MLK Day for you guys tomorrow. This is Black Law.